you have one person standing here, and you'd have 100 people
Yeah.
physically standing there. So it was like, even though those people aren't like getting paid that much or anything, whatever, you still have to organize like 100 people to come in every whatever.
This does sound like a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, so apparently there was a lot of production cost issues,
Yeah.
and it probably wasn't getting the best ratings for whatever
Oh.
reason. So
It's almost like this show was made for you. The only person who won from all this ordeal is you.
yeah, no, I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where when a show comes along where it's easy enough for a person to win, usually that game show doesn't last super long because then it's like
yeah.
because it's I mean I wouldn't say I cracked the formula, but at the same time it's like I showed it was possible at least. But, yeah.
Were there at least a couple of other winners besides you?
No, I'm the only one.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, dude, you lucked out, man. I think it's some kind of a god thing.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I could use another god thing, $1 million in the 21st century only goes so far.
I'm not sure if there's a second one. I wouldn't be surprised because something weird shit happened to you.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? God and stuff. Oh yeah, what's your ethnicity?
Oh, I'm
Mexican?
half Mexican, half
Oh yeah, I remember.
White. Technically, it's like mostly Polish and some other Central European stuff.
Is that where Luna comes from?
Luna is from the Mexican side, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean moon?
Yes.
Jason.
Thank you, Terry.
The last time we saw each other was at Tao Comedy Studios, I think.
Yeah, was that the Soy Saucy show or?
Wait, we also had a fourth wall show together, right?
Yeah.
We had a lot of shows.
I didn't see you very much there though. You came in kind of late, I think, but because you're like you're like the headliner or something.
I wasn't. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Jason?
I live in Koreatown. I live in Koreatown.
I didn't know that.
And I spent a lot of time in San Diego because my parents are there along with my brother. But yeah.
Older brother. No.
Well, we're identical twins.
Oh yeah,
so,
I forgot about that.
So he is technically older. He came out less than a minute than I did. So he tends to not brag about that, but feel the responsibility of being the older brother, which I didn't ask for. But
Are you two fraternal?
No, we're identical.
Oh, never mind.
The same genetic code as each other.
And you all both have the same personality?
No, it's funny because a lot of identical twins do. They call it mirror twin, which is not really scientific, but it describes it as like I'm a little more outgoing. He's like reserved.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How does that happen?
I don't know because it's weird because it wasn't like a conscious decision. Like I'm left-handed, he's right-handed.
Wow.
He got into like math and analytical thinking. I got into like art, being an artist and like writing and stuff. So it's like
I thought the left and right hand thing was a genetic thing.
No, yeah, I mean, in theory it's weird because in theory it would all be genetic except that our genetic code is the same. So I don't know why it expressed divergently, but it did. Yeah.
Are you too close?
Yeah, we're very close. I think especially as we've gotten older, it's just nice to have someone who likes the same things, going through the same experiences and stuff. So yeah, it's a nice thing to have.
Isn't it weird kind of talking to yourself in the mirror?
No.
I feel like
to someone else it might seem odd or something, but to me it's like my brother is like the most different person than me. I can imagine. I don't. People say we look the same. It's like I guess since I can tell, like I don't see it that way. Yeah.
Do you wear each other's clothes?
Occasionally for convenience, there's some sharing of hand-me-downs, but my brother has a little bit more of a reserved style. I'm always wearing the graphic prints and like the comic book shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
And my brother doesn't like that stuff as much, so yeah. Sometimes we'll share clothes, but not a lot.
Jason is a very famous winner of the program 1 versus 100.
Yeah.
It was back in 2010?
No, 2008 was when it aired. I taped it late 07 technically, but yeah.
That clip is very popular. Of you winning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any particular reason?
Uh,
You look good on camera.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's good thing I'm an actor then, I guess. But no, I mean, I think I just came in with my natural energy, so
Yeah.
like
You have a likability factor about you.
yeah, and also like I was able to crack a few jokes.
Nice.
Just by rolling with it and enjoying the show.
You were only 21 at the time.
Yes, that's true.
That's crazy.
Yes, it was crazy. I was still in school for, if you count grad school, especially several years after that. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to have success thrust upon you that earlier than you almost should have been, I guess. But yeah.
Was it intimidating to be on that program while it was taping?
No, not really.
Oh, wow.
I felt an odd sense of calm. I've always enjoyed trivia. I watched Jeopardy as a kid, and I was in the College Bowl Club when I was in college.
Oh, nice.
So I just thought of it as like a game that I was supposed to play. So it was very
easy peasy.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah. I mean, there's hard parts to it, I guess, but just the playing of it was like, it felt like fun for lack of a term. Yeah.
You didn't feel nervous at all because weren't there cameras everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, no, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel nervous on the cameras. Sometimes I felt a little nervous because there was a couple questions that were difficult, and they sort of like take dramatic pauses in the middle, whether you got it right or wrong and stuff. So I was nervous that way, but
do you remember all the questions that you were asked?
All of them,
or any particular one that stands out?
Well, I mean, I guess there's two that stand out. There was one. What was it? It stands out so well I can't remember it now. It was asking which one of these is an Olympic weightlifting move, and there was three choices: the clean and jerk, grab and thrust, and another one. They were all sort of like, vaguely euphemistic for touching oneself or something. But so that was. I had a hard time with that. I used two of my lifelines on that question. Yeah.
Oh, what did you use?
There was so first I used you pick it. Oh yeah, there was one where there's two choices that it could be, and you interview a contestant who picked the correct answer and a correct person who picked the other one. It eliminates a third choice, and you ask them why did they pick that, and they were really vague about it. Like, I don't know, I just picked this choice, so it didn't help me, but I got rid of the third one. So then I ended up using I don't know exactly what it was, but I think it was.
Oh, you used two?
Yeah, I used two. I had three lifelines. I used two on that question.
Huh.
There was another one that was like something about polling the whole group. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. So I used that one, and I got through it. So that was somewhere in the middle of the.
What was the answer?
Clean and jerk was the actual Olympic. One of the weightlifting medal sports.
I didn't know that. What was the other one?
Oh yeah, it was the question I won on. So it's a question I get asked about a lot. It was according to Hallmark, what is the most popular holiday for giving out cards?
Valentine's Day.
It was Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, and Christmas were the choices. You would have said Valentine's Day. I just went with a gut instinct. I don't remember any deep reason why I thought so, but I was right. I put Christmas.
What, really?
Yeah.
Man, you could have fooled me.
I mean, obviously they don't have to be a tricky question, I guess, but
Did you use a lifeline?
No.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So is it one of those things where it's like who wants to be a millionaire, and then the last question is like worth $1 million, or?
Yeah, it's slightly different because the reason the show's called 1 versus 100.
Yeah. So
there's 100 individuals standing there.
Yeah.
And instead, who wants to be a millionaire? You just go up. It's like set. You have whatever it is, 10 questions. You just keep going.
Yeah.
1 versus 100, you have to knock out a tier of people.
Oh, right.
So if everyone gets the questions right, you can't win money. So it only took me 6-7 questions, but
oh my God.
Yeah, it was like you have to knock out 10 people to win the tier of money. It's not a set question per amount thing. Yeah.
Oh, so if you win, you just get $1 million. That's the goal.
No, I mean it's like Millionaire. They try to give you outs.
I
Like
see.
when I won, I had $250,000 floating free, and they were like, you can take that money and leave,
Oh,
or you can
yeah,
see
I
the
think I
next
remember
question.
that.
And I was like, well, I'll just take. I
Oh
don't.
my god.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
You're very risk oriented.
Yeah. I mean, well, I was just. I think of games as like a thing where you play to finish it and see what happens at the end. So it's like that's just how my brain works, I guess. But yeah.
So did everybody else guess like Valentine's Day, and that's why they got knocked off?
So they didn't reveal anything about the answer. But I speculated because for some reason I was playing against 100 women. It was the battle of the sexes. They didn't do this. They didn't do this any other episode. And so I mean, it's a cheap ratings ploy. Like, oh yeah, like
you were the only guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I was the one man versus 100 women. So when I was asked about this right after the fact, and I was like, well, maybe like everyone thought Mother's Day because they're all moms, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I was just asking you, but what did you do with all that money? You don't have to answer.
No. It's fine. I mean, because I'm on card number 2 that I was able to get with the money, but most of what I did with the money was just slowly use it to live. Like I paid off college. I went to film school.
Oh, nice.
And then there was a period in between where I was sort of in San Diego and LA, but I moved to LA and I paid rent in LA for solid 5-7 years with that. So I just sort of kept using it to get by. I didn't have any super major crazy expenditures. Yeah.
You were in San Diego before that.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Like I said, I still have partial residence there because my family's still there, so it's not that far of a drive. But
I see.
Yeah.
Do you like LA?
I like LA because of, well, obviously like the industry. Like, I mean, I could, it's for stand up, but also for acting and writing and all these things. Just like there's a lot of opportunity and just general excitement in the air out here versus San Diego or whatever. And I mean, I like the food. I like the people out here. Just like I've always had a general vibe towards liking LA myself, or a big city in general, I guess. But yeah.
Did you like New York as well?
Yeah, I like New York a lot. There was a lot of prep. I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I wanted to because I was in a full-time film school program, and that was the only time I was there. But no, it's similar to LA. It was like I found some food places I really liked. I met some really cool people. It's just it's a fun, exciting place for a young person.
Are you seeing anyone?
Not presently. I'm mostly on the dating apps, fishing around. Yeah. In my heart of hearts, best case scenario, I would have gotten married and settled down with children a few years ago, but
What happened?
It's just like I didn't find anyone. I didn't get rich. Nothing happened because there was no person. It was just like I didn't find anyone there.
You sounded like it was like a very close possibility.
I mean, it doesn't always kind of feel like a possibility. You're on the dating app, like, oh, that girl is cute and into things I like. Maybe I'll marry her, and then you just never hear back or whatever. But I don't have any like big story about my heart being broken. It's just like I never found the one. I'm still looking. Yeah.
That's weird. Have you ever tried the I won the 1 versus 100 thing card? I went on the money card.
I probably should have tried that earlier. Now I'd be like, hey, I won this game show. Don't expect any financial benefit from that. But no.
Which app are you on?
Right now I'm on Hinge, and
me too.
I'm using the Facebook one because it's free. But
it's unlimited.
Yeah.
Any luck?
A little bit. I've gotten a few dates here and there. Mostly off of Hinge.
Nice.
And so I find like a lot of things in life, you gotta keep at it and do it every day and not feel feel burnt out by rejection or whatever. So yeah,
I think you're exactly right about that. Because once you're like on the prowl mode, you just think differently. And whenever you're outside and you see like an attractive woman,
yeah,
you just like you can go for it.
yeah.
If you're not in that mode, I feel like I missed out on like 1,000 different opportunities.
I mean, anecdotally, it feels like the most success I've had asking girls out and stuff is like when I'm out of the house, meeting people,
Yeah, right.
and I'll get rejected a bunch of times, and then something will just sort of like fall in. I think
Yeah.
I think you have this natural confidence that builds up, like, oh, this isn't that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like I don't know, it's so hard to get out of the house sometimes, but I feel like that is once you do that, things can be better. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're interested in going on the prowl together.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down.
Sometimes I do that. I've been doing that myself.
Where do you? Oh, I
I go to like a bar.
Oh yeah, does that work for you?
Well, there's a lot of cute women there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and sometimes one thing leads to another, and then I went to like a dance club with them.
Oh.
And then I spent way too much money because they wanted me to buy drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I do feel a little bit taken advantage of. But it was pretty fun.
All right, that's good.
Jason, let's talk about your comedy.
Yeah.
I feel like it has evolved a lot since last time and the first time I saw you.
Yeah. You might have to remind me of what
First
those.
time I saw you was probably like 2023 when we were volunteering for the Flappers Festival together.
Yeah.
And the last time I saw you was at Fourth Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to pick out like specific things that changed over time, but I've gotten encouragement from Josh at Flappers and Josh Snyder and that fan as well.
Yeah.
Where it's just like trying to write jokes from my personal experience, telling the true story to the audience and using that. I think when I first got started, I was using like little bits. Like that's what they teach at Flappers University basically is like you have one quick sentence and you make a turn on it. It's like almost
I used to do that.
It's a step above writing puns, but which is fine.
Your teacher?
When I started, it was Ken Pringle.
I don't know.
And he's actually now working at the Comedy Chateau, but
oh really?
Yeah, but anyone who works at Flappers University, I've had some interaction or class with them. I took 301, I think, of Flappers University.
With Maxie?
I don't remember Maxie.
Samantha Hill?
Yes, Sam Hill definitely. And I'm not sure of anyone else, but
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you like those
classes? Looking back on it, I think it's a good start.
Yeah.
I think you kind of have to. Well, I think that's kind of what learning is like. I guess like looking back on it feels like that's so basic.
Yeah.
I couldn't use that to write the kind of material I want to do now because it doesn't feel personal enough or doesn't feel inventive enough to sort of do, like I was saying, those quick, like punny jokes. Yeah. But at the same time, doing that sort of gets you thinking, like, and it's good practice for like basic stuff like expressing emotions on stage, like
nice.
Which is setting up a turn, stuff like that. So.
Jason, I remember you being into a lot of weird, different interests.
How weird?
I don't remember exactly. It was all I remember is that you're in the same level of weird as Josh Snyder.
Yeah, I can see that. Me and Josh have a lot of overlap. I see a lot of myself in Josh. I don't even know if that's like a necessarily a big compliment. It's just like because we're both big on Star Trek.
It's not Josh.
It's a big compliment, Josh. It's a big compliment. Because we're both.
I don't think so, Josh.
We're it's like that nerdy media engagement thing where like, I mean, there's all kinds of things I like, but like it was Star Trek a lot. Started when I was a kid, and then it became Star Wars. I like Star Wars too. I mean, personally, I have more of an attachment to Star Trek.
Oh, really?
Star Trek's more of like something about how complex the characters and the stories are makes you think. I think of Star Wars, while I enjoy it, as a little bit more of like a regular movie,
Yeah.
sort of like fun.
Yeah.
Star Trek is a lot more like thinking. Like
Black Mirror.
Kind of, yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, probably that's my own personal engagement, but I've read more books, like novels and books about Star Trek. So maybe that's part of the reason I feel that connection. But
oh wow, I didn't know they had books.
Oh yeah. There's like a whole. Well, there's Star Wars novels too, but there's a whole like Star Trek like novel universe that's like different but similar. And, yeah.
Wow. Are you a big Lord of the Rings fan?
Yeah, I like Lord of the
Wow.
Rings. Yeah. I read the books and I like the movies, so.
You read the books?
Yeah.
How are they?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, like, it's got a good, like, adventure storyline. Like, it just kind of keeps you interested. It's kind of like.
Is it better than the movies?
Not really.
Oh, movies are better.
Yeah, I feel like the books are about as good as the movies, which I think is a compliment to the books. But the books add a little more, like, side story, backstory stuff that it's like a little, it's all right, but it's not for me really. But yeah.
Star Trek is your favorite then?
Oh yeah, I've watched all the shows and all the movies and stuff. So I've put in the most time with Star Trek. So
isn't Patrick Stewart in it?
Yeah. He was on the 80s 90s show Next Generation, and he's in a couple movies. So yeah.
What other hobbies do you have besides?
Oh, I'm a big gamer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What kind of games?
So I have a Nintendo and an Xbox, and I like a lot of the like traditional Nintendo stuff.
Which one?
Like
Metroid?
Metroid's good. It's a little hard for me, difficult wise, but I do enjoy like the story of it and the gameplay. I think more of my speed is like Super Mario Odyssey.
Nice.
Yeah. Like anything Nintendo puts out, I'll at least take a look at it. I like their mix of like.
Mario Kart?
Yeah, I like Mario Kart, and that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch 2. That's my main obsession right now. Is trying to get that.
Switch 2. That's different.
Oh, it's just like a newer, more expensive hardware. It's like brand new coming out next month. Yeah, so it's gonna have a Mario Kart game that they're saying is like open world. You can like drive around outside of the game and like.
It sounds pretty complicated.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is.
Isn't the objective of the race to stay on course? It shouldn't be open world.
I don't know. That's kind of the new trend in gaming is like to show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like because like technically Mario games you're supposed to go in a straight line and win, but now it's like you could go over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I really wanted to play? The latest Pokemon apparently is open world. I'm not sure if you played it.
Oh, there's multiple recent.
Oh really? Holy crap!
Yeah, because there's the mainline games. They're always named after colors. I think it's like Scarlet or something like that.
I don't know.
And then there's the Pokemon Legends games, which are pretty cool because they instead of making it about generic catch 'em all win the tournament, the Pokemon Legends they go like as a prequel and explain the origins of of like why there's a Pokédex and all these things. Yeah, I recommend them if you're interested. But yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus came out a couple years ago, and then there's gonna be I don't know why it's called this. Pokemon Legends ZA. It's coming out in the fall, but yeah.
On the Switch?
Switch and Switch 2. Yeah.
Is it all open world?
It's got open world elements.
Oh wow!
I don't know how big the world is, but yeah.
That's crazy. I would love to play that. Just like run around catching Pokemon.
Totally.
Let's see. Gaming and how's everything at Flappers going? Like flap hosting and comedy stand-up.
I mean, Flappers is stable. Got the mic every week.
Yeah.
We're doing this new thing where do some help around the office.
Oh really?
Yeah, me and Chinagona Ramos go in on Hi, Chinigo. We go in on we go in on Fridays and we do some like light telemarketing, usually like giving out tickets
Oh, really?
to fill out shows that are coming up that aren't sold out yet and
Huh.
stuff. And then Josh puts us on the Friday shows.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he's offering that to everyone who works there. So if you're
Wow.
interested, you could potentially do that. Yeah.
What do you do? You do the cold calling?
I mean, it's not quite cold calling because it's people who usually have bought tickets or expressed interest before, and you're offering them free tickets, so it doesn't feel as cold calling as it could. But
wait, which Friday show? The main room or the room?
It's all Yoo-hoo stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's still a good crowd, though, right, on Friday?
It's steady.
Wow, that's pretty nice. Maybe I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, just hit up Josh or whatever. Yeah, but yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Josh is very happy with me right now for various reasons. Also, that fan. Hi, guys. I don't know what your issue is.
I for one, am mostly fine with both of you. But,
okay, listen.
I'll put in a good word for you if my stock goes up a little bit.
I know. You've been in LA for a while.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, like having family in San Diego, I'm like,
you here all by yourself?
Yeah, like living wise, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You go back to San Diego to see family?
Yeah. So it's not like every weekend, but like couple times. Yeah, probably more than that.
Oh, really?
Like 1 to 2 times a month, probably.
Nice.
Just to,
You drive?
Yeah.
I heard San Diego had a pretty good comedy scene too, like the Madhouse and Yellow.
Yeah, it's got some good stuff. It's got some. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really get my start out there, so I don't have a ton of like inroads with that per se. But I've heard good things about it. But yeah. Mostly done my work out here.
What do you think about kind of the comedy scene here in LA? Because I mean, I really liked it initially. I still like it, but I feel like I meet a lot of weirdos.
No. Well, I mean, there's a lot of weirdos in any walk of life, but
particularly here.
I mean, I haven't so much that experience.
Oh, really?
I mean,
oh shit! I forgot about the coffee. Could I just like?
Oh yeah, that's all right.
It's probably super rude. Sorry, it's black. I don't have any milk.
No, it's okay. I like it black.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like it black too. Do you go to church, by the way? Do you go to church, by the way?
Oh, no, I don't go to church.
No. Are you religious?
I have moments of thinking about spirituality, but I consider myself agnostic.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think about spirituality?
Well, I just think, a lot of times, like, moments of feeling worried or lost or something, and sometimes I think, if there was a God out there, maybe, should help me, or I just, sometimes when things happen for me, things very fortuitous, like the 1 versus 100 or whatever, kind of think back in my mind, like, well, what if there was a God and it was just like, his plan was for me to do this, like, how do I slot it in that plan, blah, 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 just,
I believe that.
like loose thoughts, yeah.
Do you think that the outcome of that show probably made a big impact on your life?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a great, really boon to my. I mean, I'm still trying to make a career as an artist, but it was such a great push in that general direction that I probably would have found a way to make it work, but I would have been working working a lot more regular hours at a job I didn't want to do before then. You know what I mean? Because that money helped a lot towards giving me some freedom at least. Yeah.
Were you maybe it's karma? Were you maybe you were like a good person? No.
I mean, I think
before that.
No, I think I'm a good person. I don't know if I consider it. It seems weird. I just feel weird being like, oh, I deserve something because I was a good person. I kind of believe that being good is just like good.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe that makes me a really good person.
yeah, maybe it was like God doing that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but I mean, there's a lot of people, if that were true, that I think deserve breaks like that, probably.
Nah.
But just me.
Uh, um, Wait, that doesn't make any sense. How does this show have budget to give out $1 million to all the final winners? They could only do that like a couple of times, and then they run out of funding or
I don't know. I mean, that's a question. That's all the game shows. That would be a question that I don't really answer to.
something. That is true.
I mean, advertising must be pretty high, especially on prime
Oh,
time. But that's my best guess.
what was it on? Which network?
It was NBC. This is like it was
Oh,
actually on prime time
holy
on
crap!
the big four. So
Do people recognize you sometimes?
not lately, and even when it aired, it was very few and far between. That show got canceled like
Oh,
3 months after it was
really?
within the year I won. Yeah, yeah,
That's pretty bizarre.
yeah. It was apparently you were talking about
That's really bizarre.
affordability before. Apparently, because the way the gimmick worked was you'd have one person standing here, and you'd have 100 people
Yeah, yeah.
physically standing there. So it was like, even though those people aren't like getting paid that much or anything, whatever, you still have to organize like 100 people to come in every whatever.
This does sound like a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, so apparently there was a lot of production cost issues,
Ah,
and
yeah.
it probably wasn't getting the best ratings
Oh.
for whatever reason. So
It's almost like this show was made for you. The only person who won from all this ordeal is you.
yeah. No, I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where when a show comes along where it's easy enough for a person to win, usually that game show doesn't last super long because then it's like.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, I wouldn't say I cracked the formula, but at the same time, it's like I showed it was possible at least. But, yeah.
Were there at least a couple of other winners besides you?
No, I'm the only one.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, dude, you lucked out, man. I think it's some kind of a God thing.
Yeah.
That's
I
weird.
could use another God thing, $1 million in the 21st century only goes so far.
I'm not sure if there's a second one. I wouldn't be surprised because something weird shit happened to you.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? God and stuff. Oh yeah, what's your ethnicity?
Oh, I'm
Mexican?
half Mexican, half
Oh yeah, I remember.
white. Technically, it's like mostly Polish and some other Central European stuff.
Is that where Luna comes from?
Luna is from the Mexican side, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean moon?
Yes. Or
Wow, I've never
sea.
seen a Luna before. Oh, actually, there's a John Luna. Do you know John Luna?
I don't know him, but
Oh.
someone else asked this related question about him, so I know what he looks like at least.
What's your brother's name?
Marcus.
Your dad must be a Luna.
Yes, Joseph Luna is my father.
It's a cool last name.
Thank you.
I wonder if somebody's named the son.
Soul. Well, there's both. No, soul is there's a word in Spanish. Soul is I think Latin. SOL, but I'm trying to remember.
When was your last romantic encounter?
It's not a good sign when I have to think of that.
Is everything okay?
No, everything's fine. Not sexual, but fine.
Was it back in college or something?
No, it wasn't when I was in New York for grad school. So time flies. That's like
a film person.
No, it was a dating app actually
Nice.
in New York, but that was like somewhere within the past 10 years or so. I don't know, something like
Oh
that.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
We need to get you laid, Jason.
I'm waiting.
You need a wingman. I need a wingman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think comedy is helping. Comedy is just a bunch of dudes.
Oh well, that's true. You can't ask out a female comic because they're scared because the bunch of dudes harassing them and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, you're telling me. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble right now.
Oh boy.
Huh?
That didn't sound good the way you said that.
Oh yeah, because I have crushes on a bunch of women comics, and I said something. It's all
Yeah.
yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah.
How my very not fulfilling stories about my sex life.
Well, Koreatown is actually a prime location for LA women. I feel like young women.
Yeah, I mean it's got a
Bunch of cafes.
yeah, it's got a bit of a youth culture thing going on. I like the vibe and like NoHo here actually better actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you come up here a lot?
Not as much as I like.
Mm.
Obviously for Flappers.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. But yeah, I like this. It seems a lot more relaxed out here than
Nice.
in Midtown. But yeah.
If you're ever in the area, you should just let me know.
Yeah.
We'll grab coffee or something.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. What would you say is like your ideal? Are you into like Asian women? Latina women?
I'm not super worried about that, honestly.
The whiteys?
Mm.
You don't see color. What are you looking for?
I mean,
What about your similar interests?
similar interests, similar-ish age range. Although I found myself getting more and more flexible with that as I get older. But
Me too.
yeah, I don't know. Just take. Yeah, I guess okay. So like, let's say this a real specific answer is like smart women. A big thing I've had issues with dating is any woman who can,
Smart women.
but also women who can keep a conversation going. I've had issues with that where, like, if I'm doing all the talking, it's just, I don't like it.
I agree. Do you like comedian women? Female comedians? No, like.
Yeah, I do. But like we were talking, kind of inferring briefly, I had zero success with that. But
like famous comedians, like Nikki Glaser. Sarah Silverman.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think talking about similar interests, I think that would be like the ideal.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, or for example, I often think about as an actor, like if I had someone who like knew how to act, like self-tape auditions would be easier. Just be like, would just be not like it would just fit like be easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
2 peas in a pod.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes I envy those comedian couples. I hope they break up. Have you talked to that fan recently? Have you done any of his remote shows?
No, I haven't really talked to that fan since he moved to. I mean, yeah, there's 2 phases of that fan moving. Since he physically left L.A. and then since he relocated to the East Coast and actually started doing shows again. I have not really talked to him much either way. There's an issue where he sent me a message like, do you want to be on the first one? And my brain was like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to do that. And I just didn't respond at all. And I think he got kind of like a little like, probably rightfully so, like upset that I didn't reply to the text.
Yeah.
And then he sent a message that said like, thank you, which seemed to imply that it was passive aggressively thanking me for blowing him off, and so he hasn't asked me since. He hasn't asked me back since, and yeah, I mean, at some point I'm gonna, if I want to, I'll try to ask him again, and maybe pick up a coaching session or something. But
Did you do his coaching sessions?
Yeah, I actually liked them a lot. I think that was like because when I talked to Josh Snyder, he sort of was pushing me in that direction of like more myself based, but he couldn't give me any like direct feedback on material because he's like busy and like he's not my coach and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I went to that was the one who's like, you've got to tell the story first and then put the joke. And it was like, and we actually drilled it in and stuff. So
wow.
I mean,
that's actually good advice.
I mean, the only thing with that is like, and it's not nothing against that at all. Nothing against that at all. But coaching rates are expensive for me in my situation.
No, yeah, I feel
so it's like it's not that it was an unfair rate or it's not what other people are charging. It's probably better than other people are charging. Yeah, a little better. He's a little cheaper than some people, but it's just too expensive for me. Yeah.
Is coaching common in LA? Because I've only seen that offered as like a coaching thing.
I think it's becoming more common. I don't think it's the most common
Mm.
coaching thing, but like Bobby Oliver at Dow, I've heard good things about hers. She's even more expensive,
Mm.
but
Hmm.
I've heard she's a good coach. And yeah, I think coaching's gonna be because like acting industry's been along a lot longer, and that is like totally locked in with coaching and stuff. So I think
That's true.
yeah, so I think stand up's gonna get more and more.
How's the acting compared to comedy? Do you like it better or
Um, it's interesting.
I feel like it's a whole new world?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, I guess. Like when it's going well, you feel like supported, and it feels great. I think the thing about acting is, it's like it's hard to get jobs. But when you get a job, there's a lot more like of a support network.
Mm.
You get to work with a director, you get to work with other actors.
Mm.
It's just a bigger community.
Mm.
But it's also like I say, it's harder to get in
Mm.
than stand up. So it kind of balances itself out.
Mm.
Like I've enjoyed acting a lot more, but I've done way less of it
Mm.
because it's so competitive.
Do you do a lot of auditions?
Yeah, I do. I should do more, but I do. Yeah, some self submits. I do have a manager and
Oh, nice.
an agent, so I get a few out of that. Not as much as I'd like, but yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
I saw your LinkedIn that I did central casting too. Did you
Yeah.
enjoy that experience?
Um, I enjoyed the work. I only got one gig out of it. I guess
Which one did you do?
there was a show called Bruise Brothers on
Oh.
Netflix.
Oh,
It's
nice.
just the background sitting
Mhm.
at a bar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Were you there the whole day?
It was pretty close.
Hmm.
It must have been around. It was around 8. Yeah.
Nice. You don't do it anymore?
I would do it. I actually ended up joining a different company. It's called Extras Management.
Hmm.
It's I don't know what the exact term is, but they directly submit you. So you like they assume your calendar is whatever, and they just look for jobs and just like keep pushing you forward.
Hmm.
And that seems a little more productive than central casting.
Hmm.
But see how it goes. But
Yeah. No, that's totally right. I haven't been booked on central casting. Stopped booking me. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know if you're supposed to do something about it. Like, are you supposed to? I don't know because I just don't know. Because it seems like you submit you set up your profile and you're just like that's it forever. Like
Yeah.
they just have that. But I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to like push in new headshots or something. I don't know. But
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that.
I mean, either.
I've had some cute women through that.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Those are talk about comedians you find cute. Actresses are like that's like the cutest people in the world.
Yeah, they're much cuter than comedians.
Next step, you're gonna start dating supermodels.
I don't know when though.
Yeah, I mean, are you?
My 70s.
Yeah, maybe.
Hugh
Yeah.
Hefner.
Yeah. Keep playing the lottery, I guess.
Are you still doing the video editing for Flappers? Or was this just a festival?
Yeah, there's I mean, so no, I'm not doing videoing for Flappers, but I'd be open slash maybe I should talk to Josh about that because they have a social media thing. I don't know what they're doing with that, and I think I could help them, but.
By the way, Dad unfollowed me. Does he follow you?
He hasn't blocked me at least. I see it. We're like Facebook friends and Instagram, whatever. So.
Hi, Dad. What are your parents like?
My parents are both they're very kind and warm, very supportive towards me and my brother. Both of them sort of have a natural, like, almost reserved personality type. They're still like warm and friendly and stuff, but they they just have they like stability and being home at a certain time, blah blah blah. And the weird part is, I guess, because my dad is like that. You know, he's a smart guy, very stable, secure, and he's also a jazz band leader.
Oh wow.
So doing that my whole life, probably since he was a teenager. He plays like all the instruments,
Your saxophone?
saxophone,
Wow.
drums, flute, keyboards.
Oh my god.
There's really the only limited instruments is like he, you know, he doesn't do it or just ask him, he will. I mean, he's pretty adept. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you play music?
No, I like to. I did percussion in school,
Mm.
and I listen to music like everyone else, but I feel like I have a pretty good ear for like, you know, I guess appreciating music, but not playing it. You know?
What kind of music do you like?
I like a lot of like classic rock or rock that like you can like really hear the guitar, and like 80s stuff.
Kiss?
I like Kiss, yeah.
Mm.
The Detroit Rock City is one of my favorite songs.
Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi's alright. A little too pop crossover-y for me, I guess, maybe. But yeah.
Kurt Cobain?
Yeah, Nirvana's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, what did your parents do? Are they retired?
My dad is recently retired computer programmer.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then so now he's a full-time jazz musician pretty much. Yeah. And then my mom's getting close to retirement. She has a office job. I think it's technically managing clinical trials for a biopharmaceutical company.
Oh, I think you might have mentioned it.
Yeah.
Did you talk about her in your set?
I've talked about it a little bit. I don't remember about the job because the job's pretty. I don't understand a lot about her job, but
Sounds impressive.
yeah. No, they're both very smart. Like, yeah.
Are you good friends with Nicole and her husband?
Oh yeah. I feel like
I always see you all three of you together.
Yeah, me and Nicole talk a couple times a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean just here and there, not like major stuff, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because we're doing the same thing at the same time. Like we're both doing like random Flappers bar shows with no plan, but we just like we just have similar tastes. She's also a big Star Trek nerd.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hi Nicole.
Hi Nicole. Hi Fred. Maybe it's the computer programming thing. Your dad and Nicole and Fred.
I can't computer. I mean, I like computers, and I could like help people with like troubleshooting Microsoft Office, but I can't code.
Oh.
I can't. That's I
maybe you have that blood.
Yeah. Yeah, I could probably learn, but I don't want to.
It sounds like you have a lot of things cooking. What would you say is your 5-year goal?
That's a great question. Well, probably more immediate than 5 years, but still, it's where I am. I need a more
2030.
I know, but it's like because within this year, probably I need a more steady stream of income.
Me too.
Yeah, kind of been half hoping that something would come out of like, and I guess I didn't have a manager until last year and all these things, but it's like. Yeah, but it's like the money's not really like coming in steadily with that, so it's like kind of need a survival plan day job thing to support my art.
What did your brother do?
My brother, similar but different to my mom, I guess, because he works an office job. I think he manages complaint systems for a some science company. I don't remember what it is, but yeah.
Are your parents supportive of your artistic?
Oh yes, very. I mean, like, because they've taken on some of the like financial burden that's in my transition.
Nice.
From not being on game shows, not lucrative enough game shows, So they've been very supportive with that. I do think they're not so supportive that like eventually I'll have to either pay my own way or move home ish. You know,
Hmm.
they're not supportive to a fault, but like they have to invest in my acting career or whatever.
Do they worry about you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I wouldn't say like to an excessive degree, but you know, I talk to my mother a fair amount, just like checking in, and yeah, just very very kind and supportive in that way.
Mm.
Hmm.
Um. Do you feel like you have a good support system out here in LA?
Uh,
Because I don't.
yeah, I mean, it's very helpful to have a support system of people who are only whatever it is, however many miles is to San Diego. So that ends up being my LA, my like big LA support system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, friends like Chinagona and Nicole, and I'm sure there's other people too. They check in and do what they can, but you know, they don't have any. They don't have the responsibility of taking care of me and stuff. You know, like so I'm a little self reliant out here, which I think has helped me overall over time. Like I think you know, kind of grown as a person, which is so weird when you're like 38 years old. But you know, I do okay out here.
Nice. I was super depressed last year in LA. I'm not sure if it was LA's fault or if it was my fault, but I don't know. Doing comedy out here wasn't a joke. Still not.
No, you really need. I mean, I don't know about you, but in general, if you're gonna do comedy, you kind of need like outside friends or something else going
Yeah.
on because
To ground you.
it's just well, like a lot of these artistic pursuits, like being an actor. It's like the feedback is so negative, just because like the world's so competitive
Yeah.
and you can only get so many bookings and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So it's like it's really dangerous to live your endorphins off of like
Yeah.
I'll feel good if I get
Yeah.
a stand up job this week or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I do that too, but yeah.
Mm. Um. Well, it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Hmm.
Are you aware of your mental health?
Yes. Well, since you probably I can share, I have a bipolar.
I didn't know that.
Bipolar.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Whatever the mild one is, I think it's one. There weren't numbers when I was diagnosed, I don't think. But
you diagnosed pretty early.
I was diagnosed pretty much right after I won my money, so it was like 2008. There's definitely been some advances in the terminology.
Right after you won the money.
Yeah, I had issue. I was having issues in somewhere like June, May. I went in so January was when it aired. June, May, I was having some symptoms, and I got diagnosed in like September with the bipolar. So
did it have anything to do with the show?
not that I could notice. I mean, anecdotally, that makes some sense, but
it was more like a.
It just felt it felt unconnected to anything. But yeah, it just felt like I felt different. Yeah.
Do you have highs and lows?
Not really, because I got on lithium in 2011, so it was like a few years after, and pretty much right away. I'm not like what do you call it? I'm not like unemotional or like robotic or anything, but I'm also like I'm not prone to like crazy high, crazy low. Like I've pretty much been normal for decade plus.
Huh.
Yeah.
What was it before? Before you were on it?
Well, there were different steps. When I was untreated, I was very manic, and then I was given overly strong medication, and I became like almost catatonically depressed.
Oh man!
Like my intelligence dropped, and I was really in a bad way. And then I was sort of weaned off the antidepressants as time went on, and I became manic again. So it was very almost, in hindsight, kind of normal bipolar swing where I was kind of back and forth. And then the lithium just sort of put me in the middle where I felt a lot more comfortable over time.
I don't want to sound presumptuous, but do you feel like you have a lot of like neural activity? Like you have a lot of thoughts, like whether you're on or off lithium?
Uh, I might have. I definitely had some felt a little more before treatment for the bipolar, but no. With the thing with the lithium is it goes from I feel more a lot more like focused.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a well the example I thought of is like I do improv.
Yeah.
And it's just like that being like you're in the moment and then it's like what did they said, what I'm supposed to say, and it goes like you feel it. It's like very one thought, very like controlled, direct. And I'm meditating lately, and that's also helped with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. How's your mental health? I feel like I have to ask you now.
It's pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
I've had very bad depression episodes.
Do you talk to someone about it, like professionally?
No, I just like venting at open mics. But I did have a therapist for a while. I really hate like better. I don't like doing that. I had a therapist like very close.
I mean, if you don't like a therapist, you try a different one.
Yeah, it's also costly.
You don't like a good insurance?
I don't have insurance right now.
How is that possible?
What do you mean?
Well, when you fill out your taxes, they go like, put your insurance here.
Oh yeah, well I did the Medicaid. No, not Medicaid.
Medicare?
Medi-Cal.
Oh yeah.
I think Medicaid is for like really old people.
There's like a lot of these things. There's exemptions. There's like get into this. I don't have no idea, but there's some people who have large mental issues. They get Medicare and Medicaid. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess mental health problems are pretty common with comedians.
I just feel like, honestly, it's just becoming more and more, and I think a lot of it is just like the unease that this generation's had to live with. Like, we don't have a good economy, we don't have a good anything. It's like puts a lot of stress, Yeah.
I guess we can wrap it up. Last question, Jason. Is there anything else you want to cover before I ask you this last question?
I'm available for stand-up bookings or any other acting or please. I just need work. As you can tell, I'm very affable and intelligent and hilarious. So please hire me.
Very affable and intelligent and talented. You will be 40 something in 2030. If you could say something to your future self in 5 years, what would you say to him?
Jeez.
I'll just send it to you 5 years from now.
I hope you're doing well and try not to stress out, but you probably will be stressing out, and it's okay. So I've always run a little anxious my whole life, so I feel like that's going to persist. But
nice. How about could you your ideal girlfriend's ethnicity? If you could just randomly select one.
All right. Jewish.
Jewish, everyone. Thanks so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So where do you upload or something?
YouTube and